In Mozambique, you find a very good financial system, very good banks. They use international standards in many of the areas they act. It's a well-developed system, even in some areas that use high technology, let us say in payments, cards, internet banking, mobile banking. You find here some of the best practice in the region. So also to say, and it's an important point, that we have a very active regulator which puts in place very good standards. So we are complying already with Basel II. All the international movements that you see in many areas, you also see them in Mozambique. It's an open system, so many banks belong to international groups, mainly from Portugal and South Africa. Those are the biggest investors in the sector here in the country. I would say that the market is also highly concentrated, even having a big number of banks. 18 banks, but two banks take around 60% of the market, ourselves and BIM. And if you take into consideration the profits, it's even bigger, the concentration. Mainly, those two banks have the biggest importance in what concerns bankerization. Ourselves, we have the biggest network in the country, 180 branches, and those two biggest banks are really the ones who are investing and approaching themselves to the most remote communities, to the districts, to the provinces, where probably the activity is completely different from what you can see here in Maputo, mainly focused in agriculture, fishing, tourism, and other important sectors in the country. But important to say also that the sector has grown at a bigger rate than the growth rate of the GDP. So it has been one of the most important drivers for the growth in the country.